Hello guys, I am super excited to present to you our latest two-bedroom apartment in Sheffield. Come on in, let me show you how it looks. So this is the living room. The guys did an amazing job with furnishing the apartment. As you can see, they've already set up the table and everything is ready to go for our next guest. Let me show you the bedrooms. I am super pleased on how this bedroom look like. There are two double beds with amazing bedding, but at the same time they have a beautiful view.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am sat here with a wonderful lady called Amelia. She's become financially free through property. She's quit her full-time job. She came from Romania into the UK about 4 years ago, couldn't speak a word of English, and what she's achieved is fantastic, and who she's become is fantastic. She's become a really close friend, a massive asset to the academy, just finished the 12 months on the academy, and Amelia, how's it been?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Samuel. It's been an absolute blessing. I'm 100% a product of the academy. The network and the environment that I found there definitely developed me to the person that I am today, and I couldn't be grateful enough for what I found there in terms of people, but in the same time in terms of the technicality behind the property investing side of it. So yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy.
And something that you said to me as well, as you said, when you first, obviously you couldn't speak any English when you first came into the country a few years back, but when you were doing viewings and they were talking about like certain terminology and you were like, what? Like double glazing and things, what was that like?
So when I came to the UK, I could understand what people were talking around me, but I couldn't put like a phrase together, so it was a bit difficult in the first year or two to start speaking properly and find my words when I wanted to say something. And then like in the next 2 years, once I started to speak a little bit better and my vocabulary started to grow and become a little bit better, I ended up in a new job, coming to the crash course, and I went to do my first viewing. And obviously there were so many things that I was supposed to learn in the property world, and first things that came to mind was when I was doing the viewing with the builder, and he was just showing me the guttering, how the windows are supposed to look like, and they're supposed to be double glazed, and all the technical behind the scenes for a PRR. And I remember going home and just like Googling every single word that I've heard, or just trying to find all the words in the PRR course to kind of get my head around everything. So I was learning English as I was doing viewings, and yeah, I've got to a point where now I can feel very comfortable in having a conversation with anyone about everything. It's been definitely a time where I've managed to grow a lot, to learn a lot, and I couldn't be grateful enough, because well, that's all about, if you're not growing, you're dying, aren't you?
Absolutely. And it's funny because even people who are fluent English speakers, even I sometimes, I'll be going around and the builders are talking their jargon, and people are like, what? So I can only imagine what it's like when English is your second language and you're quite new into the country.
But you know, you need to kind of be very true to yourself, because I know where I'm at, and I'm just at the point where I said, you know what, I'm sorry, I don't understand that, can you please explain to me, or what does that word mean, would you mind telling me more about it, and things like this. And people are so friendly and they can't wait to help you, to explain more things about it. And I don't think that it's a case of me not being able to understand English, it's just me going into an area that I've never been before. And I'm pretty sure that is the same for any other English person that is trying to do the same thing. Because if I'm taking someone that's 20 years old and take that person to a viewing, he'll probably don't know the technicality behind the scenes. So it's a learning curve for everyone who wants to do something new, but you just need to embrace the challenge and grow with it.
Correct. And another thing is as well, is you've been one of my most favourite students on the academy because you ask the right questions. And if you're not sure about something, you'll ask the question. So what was the crash course like when you first came? And was it as expected? What happened?
I absolutely loved it. So I went to the crash course probably 2 years ago. It was 2 summers ago.
Summer 2019?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was in Birmingham. There were a lot of people there. A lot of energy. I'm normally a very energetic person, so I wanted to be in the front row, just like asking questions, paying attention to what everyone was saying. It was very interesting because like my brother went to the crash course before me, and he said you need to kind of go and see this guy because you're gonna love it and you're gonna get a lot of free information from the crash course, but just make sure you don't buy the courses. And obviously at the end of the crash course I went on the DFE because for me it was a no-brainer. I wanted the information, I wanted the environment, and everything that was there was exactly what I was looking for. So
interesting though that he said that. So he said go on the crash course, but don't pay for any further courses. And when you went, in your mind, were you thinking, I'm not going to pay for any further courses, or were you open?
No, I'm not like, with me, I always say yes to any opportunity that comes across. I review whatever stands in front of me. If it's for me, I'll take it on. If it's not, then I'll pass it.
Right.
And at that point in time, I've had a very direct assessment of it. Like I've genuinely looked at all the cards on the table. Is this something that it's suitable for me and is gonna help me grow? And the answer for me was yes. So I said yes, I'm gonna take it to the next level. So it was something that I was interested in, and it just made sense for me.
That's great. And again, you're an open-minded person, but you're also a free thinker. You're a critical thinker. You're unafraid to make decisions. I want to talk a little bit shortly about the decision of leaving your job and going full-time into property, which I know was a very, very hard decision. But before we get there, you went to the deal finding extravaganza. There was a lot of people. Yeah. What happened?
So the DFE was the point where I've seen that everything is possible. It was a room full of investors, deal sourcers, people that had rent-to-rents, had HMOs, had SAs. Everything was happening in that room. And it just opened my eyes because when you see it happening in front of you and you connect with so many people, you can't go back. So like my mind was expanded to new dimensions during the DFE, and I just couldn't go back to a normal life after that. And just because you've seen that it's possible, and you are having people saying, you know what, I'm a property investor, I have this kind of money, and I'm looking for someone to help me find the properties because I don't have enough time to look into things myself. Or you're finding people that have rent-to-rents, serviced accommodation, and it was so much business happening in that room that I decided to join the academy. And I said, well, if it's possible for everyone here, why wouldn't it be possible for me?
Yeah, that's awesome. And throughout the last sort of 18 months of working with you on the academy, your name comes up all the time. Everybody is always talking about Amelia, doing business with Amelia, and honestly, not only have you been a great student, but you've also been a massive asset to the academy. So I'm really grateful to have had you as a student and now a friend. And
thank you so much.
You've I mean, how would you say, we'll get onto the finances, but how would you say you've grown as a person over the last 18 months?
So I was a very, very shy person. I was just keeping myself to myself. At the DFE, I've actually met one of the academy members, one of my favorite people. He's like a big brother to me. And he saw that like you're a very hardworking person. You're taking action. You're going out and doing viewings. And he started to look after me. And every single time I've met someone from the academy, I've gave all the information that I have, and they the same. So like we're like a family. I can't be grateful enough for everyone that I've met in there. They're beautiful people with beautiful hearts, business-minded people as well. And what can I say? It's been a journey that took me from a very shy person to a businesswoman that can stay in front of a developer and say, look, this is the deal, do you want it or not? And whenever there's change, I will always say, if you have an opportunity to change something, to do something different, take it and see where it takes, because that's what I've done. I've always tried to change things, put myself in a different situation, uncomfortable or not, but I've always tried to change something so I can grow to the next level. And the academy for me, it was the best decision that I've ever taken. It's been a journey from a personal point of view, from a business point of view. The things that I've seen, I've learned, the people that I've met, I just can't be grateful enough for the whole network that you've provided for us. It's a true blessing. I genuinely saying this. I don't think that there's any other place in the UK or even in Romania where I've met so many good-hearted people with a similar mindset. And it just helps us grow to the next level. We're pushing each other. I'm actually in a accountability group. I'm not going to say their names, but they know who they are. They're like my favorite people ever. And we're challenging ourselves and give us like tasks. Well, you know what? You're supposed to do this to grow to the next stage. I know you're afraid of that, so why don't you just like push against that fear and see what comes out of it. And it just helps us grow to the next level. So that's what we're doing as part of the network. But the life courses is taking you to the next step as well. You do get the technicality, but the trainers help you to definitely go on the next level from a personal point of view. They do a lot of exercises with you. The things that you learn there, your mind definitely gets expanded to a dimension and to a new dimension, and will never go back to where it was again.
That's absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate you saying so. It's really rewarding for me because I feel like a small part of the academy, because the academy is not just about me at all. And sometimes people might think before, it's actually a community. It's an entire community, and there's lots of training programs, there's lots of mentors, there's lots of trainers, there's lots of people, and I think it's really important that you be in that kind of environment, because if you're in an environment of winners, then you'll be a winner. If you're surrounding yourself with losers, then you'll be a loser.
100%.
So of all the training courses, because there's lots, which one was maybe some of your favourites?
So I have two favorites on personal development side of you, and two favorites on like the technicality bits. On personal development was Bopi and Tell the World.
Yeah.
Those were the trainings that definitely, I don't want to say broke me down, but it definitely took me in a place within myself where I couldn't go there by my own. So with the help of who was in the training and the trainers, I was able to kind of discover things about me that I didn't know before, and obviously from there grow to the next level. From a technical point of view, obviously the SA course and the BRR ones.
Yeah.
Like you find the best strategies to increase your cash flow, how to recycle money. You see a little bit more on the BRR side of it, just not a quick refurb. You kind of get a feeling into development, what you can do more with a house than just a normal buy-to-let or a normal refurb.
Yeah, and you have become a bit of an expert in property. And I mean, You've got how many serviced accommodation property units?
At the moment, 10 that are in my name. Yeah.
So you've got 10 in your name, and that's a combination of different types of deals. They're all structured slightly differently,
Yes.
and some of them are making more money than others.
Correct.
But overall, how are they going?
So these 10 units the first unit that I've got was back in December. There were the Manchester deals. At the beginning, obviously the first 2 months with service accommodation is always a little bit tougher until you get your property advertised. When you get the reviews, the algorithm pops you up, and you just need to be a little bit patient until your property gets marketed properly.
Yeah.
So now we're in a point where with 6 of them, I'm getting around £2,300 a month profit.
Right. So that was six of them, which were the initial 6 that you took on.
Yes.
I'm making about 2,300. Is that clean profit per month?
Clean profit per month. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, that's like a full-time salary.
Well, that was the plan with them. When I've put my resignation in, I wanted something really fast to bring some income in, to make sure that it's paying my bills so I can grow my own SA business. So the other 4 that I have are managed by me with my own SA management company.
Wow. So okay. So you started off by tapping into other people's management systems and things like that.
Exactly.
Got your first 6, got some bit of cash flow, 2,300, saw it was working, handed your notice in, and then since then you've gone on to set up your own serviced accommodation management company.
Exactly.
So you're finding your own deals, you're managing your own properties, and now, which is really exciting, is you're even managing other people's properties on top of your 10,
That's
which we'll get onto, which is incredible. When this all started happening, talk to me about the decision to quit your job, because I know that was not an easy one.
Everything happened at Tell the Word back in November. That was the point where I've seen that there are bigger and better things out there for people to go after their purposes than just being in a normal job. And Tell the Word was the point where I said, you know what, after this program, I cannot go back to a normal life, to my job. I absolutely loved the people that I work with. I absolutely loved my job. I'm a management system engineer. I'm an accredited auditor. I put systems in place for automotive factories from like when the idea gets developed until the product gets out of the door. So I'm basically handling all that way of working for a factory and audit them at the end. I've loved it. It's very interesting process. You get the opportunity to work with all the departments. You have the opportunity to add value, to see that people are getting happier when you develop the processes and things like this. You get a lot of significance because obviously it's a job that where you are one of the key players in the company, and it ticked a lot of boxes for me. So it was a very big decision for me to say, you know what, I'm quitting a very secure job where I'm getting a lot of significance. I'm getting very nice money. I love everyone that I work with, and I'm just gonna put this aside and jump into a very unknown world, the property world. But if it weren't for the academy members to hold my hand and say, you know what, whatever happens, we're here, we're gonna be with you all the way, and we're gonna make sure that you're not gonna get left behind, and you're gonna be successful with all of us. If it weren't for the academy members and everyone who stood behind me to push me to say, no, you need to do this because you are made for bigger and better things, and we would love to kind of see what you can become in property if you take the jump. And because of that kind of support and what happened during the Tell the World, I have taken that decision. It was very, very hard because it felt like I'm going to a heartbreak. And my notice period was it was 3 months long. So it wasn't something that happened quick and I was just like, okay, I'm going to forget about it. It was 3 months of, oh God, I'm quitting this job, I'm leaving all of these people, and they've done everything they could to keep me there. They've offered me more money, everything that I would have wanted from that job, it has been offered to me. And I had to say no, because I just wanted to do something bigger and better with my life that can potentially impact more people. I would love to be in a position where I can help others to get to where I'm at now, and just serve in the way that I've been served, and help people in the way that I've been helped. If it weren't for this environment and this group of people, I would never have been where I'm now and doing what I'm doing.
That's
and
incredible.
I would love to give back in the same way that I've received from the community.
Well, you do, and now you come down and you crew at the events, and I mean, I see massive future ahead of you. I know you're just getting started. In fact, those 6 properties that were making you about 2,300,
Yeah.
since quitting your job, what month did you quit your job? March. You've taken on another 4 properties.
Yeah.
And how are they going?
So 3 of them went live 2.5 weeks ago. In the first week, we had bookings worth of £15,000, like advanced bookings for the 3 of them. We've done a lot of market research before taking them on. They're very close to Old Trafford, the stadium, very close to the lorry, and we've seen some signs in the market that we can have very good rates on those apartments. And we have bookings in July and August for a weekend worth of 1,100 when the events are on. They're constantly getting bookings worth of £600 a weekend, the one that is like a 3-bedroom one. And it's been crazy to see that if you follow the rules and everything that you've been taught in the trainings is actually gonna work. And with the Manchester deals, it ticked every single box that we've learned in the course. And when you are out there and actually doing it, it's very important to kind of have the confidence to take so much risk and so much responsibility. I've had other deals that I've passed on and I said no because it didn't tick all the boxes.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important to get to do the market research before you take on big projects like I do now.
Yeah, and again, this is, like I always say, it's a process, not a journey.
100% is not something that's going to happen overnight. It didn't happen for me overnight.
Yeah.
I had at least a year of learning all the strategy until I've got to a point where I can combine deal sourcing with service accommodation with a little bit of BRR and things like this. One of the last unit that I've got, we're doing a small refurb on it until it goes on the market. So it's a bit of BRR, a little bit of...
Yeah, because you've got to take the skills for the refurb
exactly.
bits. So the serviced accommodation units that you've got, which are rent to rents.
Yeah.
So you've combined rent to rent with serviced accommodation and the different strategies. But how much profit roughly per month with all of the 10? I know some of them are quite new, but are you projected to make on a monthly basis in profit?
So we're looking at normally at least £500 a unit.
Okay.
They have potential to go more than that, but being conservative, we're saying that at least £500 a unit is something that we would be happy with. We've seen profits bigger than that, smaller than that. It just depends on where the unit is and the time of the year.
Sure.
So now in Manchester, for example, during the summertime, we're seeing very good bookings. The ones that I have down south, they're extremely profitable. We had for 3 days bookings worth of £700, so like crazy money. But in the same time, there are others that make less than £500. It just depends on the area, on the time of the year, what kind of people are in the area and things like this. And it's very good to have your portfolio spread it out, because you kind of spread the risk and you can get the best out of the whole UK market.
Yeah, so £500 per month, conservatively, but being reasonably averaging out, because it depends month by month.
Yeah.
So on 10 units, so you're talking about a profit of about £5,000 across the portfolio going directly to you.
It's something like that. But
how does that make you feel though?
I genuinely don't see the money, because everything that I've been earning went back into the business, into the next unit, doing the next project and things like
Right,
this.
so what you're saying is the profit, instead of spending fancy things, you're reinvesting it into
Exactly.
buying more houses, doing more deals,
Exactly.
which is smart because you're scaling.
So the last one that we've done, none of these properties were ever done with my own money. We've either leveraged money from previous deals, or we've raised finance for them. So the more I'm growing, the more money I'm putting in the next stage of the business.
What about, because on top of that, you're also deal sourcing.
Yes.
So talk to me about the figures, because I know you focus a lot on your personal growth and your happiness and stuff like that, but it's important as well to look at the results.
Yeah.
And the two go hand in hand, because the more you grow as a person, the more money you're going to make, and the more your bank will grow. How's the deal sourcing going?
So since March, since where I've started to be full-time in property, I've done £16,500 in deal sourcing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It was very nice to kind of see the money coming into the account and then going out into the next project.
Yeah.
But at least you can see that it's working, and you know that like the decision that you've made, it was worth it.
Are you glad that you quit your job?
Yes, I am, but there's I can't say that it's been a very easy journey. Like, being a property entrepreneur and investing in property is definitely not an easy job. It's very, very stressful, and handling deadlines, projects, everything that goes wrong is definitely more stressful than what I've had before. More rewarding, 100%. And I'm definitely looking forward to see like what the future holds for me, because this is only the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm 100% happy that I've quit my job, because I can see that there are a lot of opportunities out there, and I'm excited about them. But in the same time, I know that it's like the responsibility that I'm taking, it's quite big. And yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, and it's still quite early days.
It is.
You spent a year and a half training, and then you got a few deals, quit your job. Now the money's coming in, but you've now got all the responsibilities of running a business.
That's right.
And you are a business owner now. So how does it feel to be a business owner?
I can't say that I'm feeling any different from how it felt before, because wherever I've worked, my work ethic is in a way that I'm considering that business being, or treating it as being my own business, and that's why I've always been so highly appreciated wherever I worked, because I've taken full responsibility of what was happening around me, and I was treating those workplaces as they're being my businesses.
Yeah.
And the only difference now is just everything comes towards me. There's no filtering system or someone else that's gonna deal with all the problems. It's just me. It feels very excited. It feels very powerful, because well, you're the person that is in charge of everything, definitely. And very, very exciting.
Let me ask you a question then. you say it's been a lot of hard work, which is true, because being an entrepreneur, especially when you're starting with no money or very little money, and you're having to grow a business from scratch, it comes with late nights and deadlines and things. What is your strongest reason why? Why are you doing this?
In my mid-20s, I've had some like health issues, problems, and I couldn't take a day off to deal with it. So I had to go through some procedures, and the day after I had to go back to work. And the fact that I couldn't take the time off to deal with it, to see my friends, my family, because it was quite intense what was happening there. It made me realize that if I'm not doing things now to take care of myself and be secure from a financial point of view, I might end up in 10 or 20 years when something like this might happen again. And well, I'm not going to be in a position where I'm financially well enough to take care of myself and all my bills and things like this to go and take some time off. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm being so driven to make sure that no matter what happens with me, I'll be able to kind of have that time off. Secondly, it's because I've been to a place where it felt very lonely, and the environment and all the love and support that I received from the academy made me a different person that I am today, and I just want to give back the love and support that I've received there. And those are the two biggest reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I can't be grateful enough for what I found here, and I just want to give back in the same way that I've received.
That's awesome. And you know what? A lot of people ask me, why do I bother running a training business? If I've got such a successful property development business and I've got all these properties giving me this income, why don't I just retire on a beach? And sometimes people can't understand until they're making money as well. And then actually you realise that, wait, it's not all about the money.
No, it's not. Definitely it's not. And I just want to put my head on the pillow and say, you know what, I gave it my all, and I just want to do something bigger and better with this life than just having a normal life and going to the pub. I'm 100% sure that we're made for bigger things, and if anyone could follow their own purposes and do what they're supposed to do in this world, we could have so much more happiness, so much more money around us, and I can't say that it would be a renaissance on earth or something like that, but can you imagine if everyone would do what they're supposed to do, what kind of people we would have around us? I would be blessed to kind of see something like that.
Yeah.
But that's...
Well, I am very, very proud of what you've done, and I'm also very, very excited about your future. I know there's big things coming, you know, much, much, much bigger than anybody could imagine. So, you know, massive congratulations on all that you've achieved. What would be your final words of advice to someone listening to this interview? What would you say to them, maybe if you were talking to yourself 2 years ago?
I would say yes to every single opportunity that comes towards you. Don't do things on your own. Make sure you have the right people around you, and be open for what the future holds for you. And 100% don't do things on your own. Get the training and get the people around you that can support you along the way. Samuel 365 is a great platform where you can find these kind of business-oriented people with a great heart, and I can't say how amazing these people are.
That's awesome. Well, Amelia, thank you so much for coming on the show. Guys, I hope you've been inspired by Amelia's story. I know I'm feeling inspired. So drop a like on the video. If you've got questions for Amelia, then you can drop them in the comment box below, or join Samuel 365 community. You can join for £1 for the first 7 days, and then it's £95 a month, where you can network with people like Amelia, myself, and others that are doing property deals, that are full-time in property, that are financially free. If you want to watch a playlist of over 100 interviews just like this, Winners on a Wednesday playlist, watch more interviews and be inspired. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that over here. And if you want to join me at the Property Investors Crash Course or on Samuel 365, I'll leave links in the description below, and I hope to see you real soon. Thanks for watching. God bless.